Hi, I'm Sarah Goff, and I'm so delighted to talk with you today about your most luminous chakra center, the heart. Wow, what incredible medicine that you bear for the world with this as your genius zone. In the chakra tradition, we have 7 energy centers. The 3 lowers are really governing our life here on the earth plane. It's very tangible, very visceral. And the 3 upper chakras are governing our connection to the more intangible or esoteric or even divine aspects of our lives. And those 2 energies meet at the central chakra, which is yours, the heart. And the real genius of this heart center, the medicine that those who bear the light of the heart offer to the world. And this is not only in the yogic tradition, but this is mirrored by the mystics of every lineage, of every spiritual tradition that we know of, is that medicine of all of the teachings of love, of love. Love in its simplest form and in its most complex forms. And in this yogic tradition, what that is saying about that bridge chakra, that middle center, is that you are bearing a wisdom, not only of how love looks here on the earth plane. What does love look like? What does it feel like? What does it sound like when we extend it toward ourselves? What about when we extend it toward others? What about when we expand it to include everyone, all things, all beings? What does love look like as a verb, as an action? What qualities are important in that manifestation? But it's also teaching us that through our heart center, we have access to tap into a wellspring to feed our hearts and to feed our love that is mysterious, that is sacred, and that is divine. We have access to an unconditional wellspring of compassion, of forgiveness, of vulnerability, of resiliency in how we bear our love. We have access to the kind of gratitude and contentment that can create within us a peace that surpasses all understanding. And that by connecting to those wisdoms, we are able to fortify ourselves and regenerate ourselves again and again to bear that medicine in a truly open and wholehearted way for the world. And that, in fact, is at the heart of the teachings of the heart chakra in its name alone. So the heart chakra is named Anahata in the ancient Sanskrit. And interestingly, that does not translate to heart. It translates to unstruck. And this gives us access to a teaching of the heart's capacity to remain open and vulnerable and loving, regardless of circumstances, regardless of anything that's happened. Now, that doesn't always mean that things that happen to us are not worthy of boundaries, of healing, of emotions, of standing up for ourselves, of holy rage sometimes. But there's an alchemy of the heart that teaches us that even in those circumstances, we can have a fortified strength and a resiliency to live open-hearted anyway. And that's a warrior practice. That's a practice of being a true warrior of the heart, a true bearer of this light that the heart chakra offers. And I must tell you, in these times in which we find ourselves, I am so grateful that heart-centered radiance like yours exists in the world. I can think of no more potent and necessary medicine today for this human family than that particular light that you bear. And so I thank you for being here and for doing that. What illuminates my heart is the opportunity to help support all of these seekers into all of our fullness, all of our radiance, so that we might bear for the world our greatest genius, the world including ourselves. And so below, there are some links to ways that I might support you. I invite you to seek out any offerings that might call to your genius zone of the heart. And I'll knock here anytime I have something really wholehearted to offer that I hope will be valuable to you on your journey. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for bearing that heart-centered light to the world that you already so naturally embody. And as I love to say to those I work with, I love you completely, and there is absolutely nothing you can do about it.